This is Andrew Huberman, one of the most popular public figures all over the internet right now. He has a widely popular podcast, Huberman Lab. He's everyone's favorite neuroscientist and tenured professor at Stanford. So, why is everyone talking about Andrew Huberman? Well, it's because he's the go-to guy on how to live a successful and fulfilling life. And today, I'm going to test that theory by doing Andrew Huberman's morning productivity routine.
It's game time and I'm up one. Name something I ain't done. Name a body that's my type. Air Jordan, I'll take flight. I'm next level, I'm franchise.
To our winner, Julia Rene.
So let's start with getting up in the morning. Now, for me, I tend to wake up sometime around 6 a.m., 6:30, sometimes as late as 7 a.m. Getting sunlight in your eyes first thing in the morning is absolutely vital to mental and physical health. I purposefully delay my caffeine intake to 90 minutes to 120 minutes after I wake up. I'm a big believer, based on quality peer-reviewed data, that hydration is essential for mental performance. I also put a little bit of sea salt in the water. I found that the best way for me to achieve that state is through fasting. So I don't eat anything until about 11 a.m. or 12 noon. We're now at the description of my day and these protocols in which I would do a 90-minute bout of work. After I finish that cognitive work bout, that 90-minute work bout, I do some form of physical exercise for about an hour. Deliberate cold exposure is one way to enrich the amount of brown fat. You get a stronger furnace, and there's some wonderful science on this.
Good morning. I don't like this much sun in my eyes. It's early. It's weird. Usually I'm inside, like in my dark room, like journaling and all of that. And like I don't come outside until I'm ready. And I'm also really wanting caffeine right now. That's the one thing that I think is like the biggest difference and the hardest thing between Andrew Huberman's routine and mine is that like I wake up and have caffeine immediately and then I go to cardio and like it's all very fast. His is like a little bit slower and he like winds into it, but it is nice to see the sunshine and to be in the sunshine early. And I know that there's benefits to it, like helping you sleep later on during the day and all of this stuff, but it's hard to change your routine. So we're gonna go on a little 10-minute walk and we'll see how we feel. So I live near a high school and, oh my God, I'm hot. I live near a high school. And in the mornings, their band is practicing because school's back in session. So just think about high school band and how it sounds. And just think about waking up to that every morning. And you have a good visual. So I'm about to drink some salt water like I'm a freaking sea creature. Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to this. Let me do a little. I'm the kind of person, like, first of all, I don't really drink, but if I ever do, I'm like a sipper of a shot, which I know is like the worst thing to do. Ugh, it needs to be blended. So I put pink Himalayan salt because Dr. Hubies puts pink Himalayan salt. Cut to the scene of Mean Girls where she's like, what's her name? What's the main character of Mean Girls? Georgia. I saw Katie wearing, take two. I saw Katie wearing, take three. I saw Katie wearing army pants and flip-flops, so I'm going to wear army pants and flip-flops. Okay, it's not as bad as you think.
I like it.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So I think the main purpose of this might be for hydration, but I'm not sure. Hydration and electrolytes from the salt, which makes sense because you guys have seen me when I'm doing like my pre-workout meal, I mix in salt with my pre-workout meal. When I'm mixing my pre-workout shake together with like energy, focus, all of that stuff, I do a shake of salt in it and it's for that purpose exactly. So why not do it right when you wake up in the morning? I always drink my gallon of water and it's already ready to go in the morning, but I never put salt in it. So I'm curious if like I started my morning off and I put salt in this because I go to cardio right after this, and it would be good to have that so that I have electrolytes when I'm going to cardio and I'm drinking my gallon. So honestly, I'm learning a lot, and I'm thinking about things that I can start switching into my routine. Okay, so we're just gonna chug this because blah, 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 blah. It says chug, can't chug. I hate drinking. Like whenever I first wake up, I've always been this way, but like if I drink too much water, like gulp, 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 because some people say like, as soon as you wake up, drink like 16 ounces of water and just chug it. But if I chug it on an empty stomach, especially with the diet that I'm having now, which is not very high in calories, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. So that was on the cusp of throwing up there for a second. Okay. I have to fast until 11 a.m. and I don't want to do that. I'm already hungry. I feel like we've done so much already and I still have to wait till 11 to eat. With like my bodybuilding series that I've been taking you guys through, like I'm starting to realize that I'm getting hungrier earlier in the morning because my meals in the evening are smaller before I go to bed. So I'm waking up hungrier, and having to push it till 11 is going to be not fun. But now, Mr. Dr. Scientist Hubies does 90 minutes of focused work. So I'm gonna do 90 minutes of focused work. I'm honestly not looking forward to it because, not that I don't like working, it's just that I'm so stuck in like the routine that I have to where I don't do anything work related until I'm finished with my cardio session in the morning. Just for my own like mental health, I like to set myself up for success first before I start doing work for others. But then also it makes me think about when I am first waking up and getting ready for the day, this is when I have the most energy. So I'm starting to think like if I did have an hour of focused work before I went to go and do my cardio session, would I get more stuff done during the day? We will see. Also, he puts his phone aside and doesn't use it. And I'm curious to see how this works because honestly, if you're a friend of mine, I text you back like immediately. I'm just that person. Ian knows if I'm too available is what I've got to say. I have no notifications really on my phone, except I have all of my notifications for like text messages and emails and stuff like that. So I'm working and constantly I'm noticing that I'm picking it up, texting back something for work, remembering to text someone back for something else. So I'm curious to see what this is going to feel like moving my phone somewhere else. Goodbye. All right, now, according to Dr. Hubes, he trains an hour now, which is perfect because that's basically how long I do my cardio sessions in the morning. One thing is though too, I already am a big fan of like getting your body moving early in the morning, especially because with our lives, a lot of our lives, we're just like sitting down all the time. Like even though I'm a fitness content creator, a lot of my work is sitting down. And sometimes the only times that I leave throughout the day is to go and train or like to go to the gym and lift and stuff. So I love getting my body moving immediately in the morning. And I notice a huge shift in my energy and my mood so that I can just, it feels like I'm releasing negative energy or anything that could potentially like kill my vibe, if you know what I'm saying. And physical exertion always does that for me. That's why I love training and I love lifting, love doing cardio because I feel like I'm just letting it out. So we're gonna do our hour of training and then get going with the day. And then maybe I'll be able to eat by then. Next, I have to take a cold shower. So what Mr. Hubies does is he takes a cold plunge. I'm pretty sure he has like an actual cold plunge where you like completely immerse your body And I don't have that, so I'm just going to be doing a cold shower, which most women do super hot showers, which is so funny because like guys will come in and be like, why the f- is it so hot in your shower? So I'm used to taking a hot shower, and so I'm gonna go in there and the things I do for you guys. Subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's talk. My feelings on the Andrew Huberman morning routine. I like it. I think it's great. I do not like the cold plunge at all. But weirdly enough, I used to do a cold shower every morning when I first started my fitness journey, and I was listening to a bunch of podcasts and like personal development things. It seemed like every like successful person did a cold plunge in the morning, and now they're like so big to where people are like literally having cold plunges at their house. So I used to do them all the time, and then I just stopped because I was a weenie. So if we're going in order of how things went. So first of all, waking up at 6:30. 6 to 6:30. I already do that, so that wasn't that hard. Then the sunlight aspect of it. Depending on where you live, there may or may not be sunlight at that time. Right now, it's summer in Texas, and it probably will be for the next couple of months. So the sunlight is coming out, which is really cool. However, I don't know if I'm gonna actually go and like take a walk in the sunlight. Maybe what I'll do to make my routine a little bit better is I'll do my journaling outside, because we literally have an amazing porch and the sun hits it perfectly so that I can get those little rays and feel energized by the world. And then he delayed his coffee for 90 minutes to 120 minutes, which I get, because what happens is like we wake up in the morning and the first thing that we want is coffee. It's part of our routine. It's like a culture thing too. And we don't actually allow our brain to wake up on its own. We just put caffeine in it and have it wake us up immediately. But the thing is what I noticed is that if I just like pushed through and got over that groggy feeling, because I'm really groggy in the morning, but then I waited and then I had energy and then I had my coffee. So that isn't as bad as you would think. It's not like you're delaying coffee at all. You're going to get it. And then when you get it, it's even better because you waited for it. Then after that was the work block and the salt water. Didn't taste too great, but it wasn't as bad as you think that it would be. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start adding that salt in at night into my gallon so that it's ready to go when I wake up in the morning, so I can have it and drink it and see if it changes my cardio performance, having those electrolytes in. And then the 90-minute work hour block was probably the hardest for me, because at that point, like my body is just ready to go and do cardio, but sitting down and like rewiring my brain and being like, no, instead we are going to do something work focused. I don't know if I'm going to do an hour block of work in the morning, just because I don't really like to do any of my workload until I know that I am finished with my cardio. I have done my journaling, I've done my goal setting and stuff like that. And then after all of that is done, I've had breakfast, then I like to work. It's kind of hard for me to work for an hour when I have no food in my system, because all I'm thinking about is food. Then what was after that? We did the hour of training, which I love that he does the hour of training in the morning. I was telling you guys that I do love getting up in the morning and moving my body. So that is something that I already do and I absolutely love. And then we had the cold shower, which obviously I didn't like, but I get the benefits of doing it. I've actually done a cold plunge a couple of times, like in a bath, and it's so much worse because your whole body is submersed in it rather than like sprinkles of a shower. And when you're in that cold plunge, you literally can't catch your breath because your body is like going into panic mode. But the purpose behind that is really just pushing your body's limits, because you're going to be trying to get yourself to get out of it. You're trying to not be cold. And then once you just chill and you breathe, and then sink into like that moment, it goes away eventually, and you can just learn to have your body be cooler. So all in all, I think this is a great morning routine. I also think that it's doable for most people. Like usually when you see morning routines, they're like, I meditated for an hour, I trained for 3 hours, I did 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, I journaled 5 pages. And it's like, that's not realistic for every day's morning routine. But these things are really simple. No phone, doing a block of work, no caffeine at a certain amount of time, cold plunge, working out in the morning. Like there's so much productivity that you're doing in such a short amount of time. And I think it's very doable for people that don't know what to do with their morning routine. So I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. And I hope you give this video a thumbs up and you subscribe and comment down below which part of the video you're gonna implement into your routine. And as always, I love you all so much and you're more powerful than you think. Bye.